Yeah.
That's where they were hunting. And my granddad lived over here at Eagle Mill School, and they lived on two roads like this, and they lived over on, I can take it right to the house, I hadn't been there in 40 years. That had to be my granddad's sister.
Okay, what did y'all come up with as far as William Horace Cockrell?
Okay, we cannot prove that he is the son of Archibald, okay? For one thing, if you go to the census record back here, Archibald already had one child born in February of 1825, and William Horace was born about 3 or 4 months later. And unless he had a different mother, now there's all kind of possibilities. But the DAR lady told me this last week. She said, Rita, you're close enough. Jack Olson, who does, if you go on the internet, Jack Olson does genealogy in Salt Lake City. He has declared that William Horace is the son of Archibald. And he's based it on names, the similarities in names in the families. And the DAR lady said, Rita, don't give up. You can't prove it, but you send in all this evidence, and sometimes they will say, yeah, we accept it. And she said, when you get the form filled in, she was been the registrar at one of the Houston DAR chapters. She said, when you get the form filled in, please let me sign it. She said, I will sign it recommending you, and that might help you get in. And once they have accepted one application off of William Horace, they'll accept, and it won't be off of William Horace. It's off of Archibald's father, John C. Cockrell, that I was, yeah. And the one record that I showed you there, it says over in the corner that the governor of North Carolina gave him 640 acres of land for his service in the Revolutionary War. So we got that part proved. Now they've never let anybody in on that line in the DAR. So we've got to get his service record and send it in with the file. But the only hitch is the one between William Horace and Archibald. And it's, you know, I told you, in 1850, our Archibald was living in Itawamba County, Mississippi. He had his son William living at home, according to the record, and he was 28 years old. Our William Horace was living in DeSoto Parish, Louisiana. He was already married. He had Peter and Nancy, I believe it was, and living next door to the Hendricks, his in-laws. So I've got William in Mississippi and William in Louisiana. They can't be the same person unless Archibald told the reporter that, you know, that he was there living with him when he was already married and living over, and I don't know why he did that. But I don't think, you know, I don't think we can ever prove it.
Okay, how am I kin to Archibald?
Okay. You're Erling's son, okay, and Erling's grandfather was Benjamin Franklin.
Right.
Erling's great-grandfather was William Horace, and William Horace, if he's Archibald's son, then Archibald would be your great-great-grandfather, okay? And it's a direct line. It puts you, anybody that was Benjamin Franklin's blood relatives can go through the same, once we get it, the link there, then it's for everybody. Just like you're related to all the Trulets. You can go in the Sons of Republic of Texas anytime you want to. So can your kids, because of the bloodline. All you have to do is that direct bloodline, and that's it.
And we're together up to, from William Horace backwards, we're together. But at William Horace, I go Peter, Boyd, George, me.
Yeah, but the DAR thing would hold up
Right.
because of the
All
bloodline. Yeah, John was the overall of them, so it would all hold up. Yeah.
Right, everything would be good.
It would hold up. So there's no.
You know I was named after your dad?
No, I didn't know that.
You didn't know that?
West.
Al was one of Earlene's favorite uncles, and they named me John Wesley.
I didn't know your middle name was Wesley.
John Wesley.
You didn't know that, huh?
I didn't know
That's
that.
right.
Yes.
They named me after him.
Yes.
Well, and it's a name that crops up every now and then in the Cockrell.
See, and my grandfather on my mother's side, his name was John Brown.
I just hope they choose the
They
right
named me
one.
John Wesley.
Yeah, and that's one thing, I want, Erlene's and Norma's wedding date, I want a picture of her. And her parents, you know, where it asks for the parents of your mother. I want that in there, and then we'll go ahead and put, Betty. We don't want to leave anybody out, but we also want to include those, and I've told Ben and Buzz the same thing about, we need to put Harold in their paperwork. And now we found, and you probably saw it in the pictures, a real good picture of Harold and Fanny and the boys, Ben and Buzz. So we need all of that. When there's been a divorce or a death or whatever, we need to put all of them in there, because sooner or later somebody's going to be looking for that. If you leave it out, they're going to say, well, you know, what happened here? And they'll be searching like we've been doing all these years. No, you don't
Well, I've
care.
got a deal.
And I know Carolyn's over there taking pictures.
Well, I've got a deal from on my mother's side, the Browns, and it goes back to the 1500s.
Oh, that's wonderful. See, I'm in the 16, well, I go, with the Hendricks, I go back to about the 1300s in Germany. They have good records in Germany. And we go way back. And Hendrick fought for sure in the Revolutionary War. He came from Germany. His parents came from Germany. And he fought in the Revolutionary War. And Casper fought in the Revolutionary War with his dad. It was in a local militia.
And was that in North Carolina?
And there's Beck's Churchyard in...
Beck, that's right.
It's Church of Christ Churchyard. There is a big marker, Revolutionary War record, marker for Peter Hedrick, Captain Peter Hedrick. And I have somewhere, I can't find it, but a celebration they had, I think it was the 100th anniversary of the ending of the American Revolution. They had a big picnic at the churchyard, and it had a write-up about him and all of this. And I got that somewhere. Probably from, there's a library close to, what's the little town that churchyard is in? There's a real good reference library. I think they've sent it to me. But it had the program for the day on celebrating the 100th anniversary of the end of the Revolutionary War. Yeah, but I can't find, I gotta get it organized first.
I've got to find all of mine,
Yeah.
and, but I'm interested in that.
Yeah.
Y'all remember my great grandfather on my mother's side? You remember Jesse James Lancaster?
Jesse James Lansky on your mother's side?
No, on Big Mama's.
That's what I was gonna say. The Lancasters was Aunt Looney. I thought you were talking about your mama Norma.
No.
Yeah, I remember
Oh, yeah.
Jesse James Lancaster.
Oh, yeah, I remember
I wear
him.
them glasses down on the end of them.
I remember him. I really do.
Jesse James.
Yeah,
Looks
Yeah.
looked like he had a hangover all the time. Lived out in the woods all his life.
Yeah. I went to see him one time. He was living in a tent, I think. I went with Looney and Mama. I don't remember who all went. But we went out, they said, we're going to go see, well, Looney said, we're going to go see Daddy. Well, I thought we were going